the Rendile community in Kenya, a person's role in society depends on their age set and gender. There are special events, some held more than a decade apart, during which the community conducts several rituals to initiate people into the different age sets. One of those rituals is circumcision, where boys and young men are initiated into becoming warriors. CGTN Susan Mwongeli attended this unique ceremony and filed the following report.
One of the most important rituals among the Rendile community, a ceremony to inaugurate a new age set of boys. The last time a similar event took place was 14 years ago.
When it comes to that time, from 10 years to 30 years, they can be grouped together as one generation. Then they undergo that circumcision.
Although the event was clashing with the school year calendar, some 9,000 boys living in various mobile clan-based villages were due to be circumcised this year. It's a unique and elaborate process that must take place against all odds, even in the middle of a pandemic.
During that process, before even circumcision, for 1 month or so, they are being trained how to stay in an adult way. Because even if you are 30 years and you are circumcised, they call you, you are still a child. Like the way we are saying, if somebody is under 18, then you are still a child.
One characteristic of initiation in the Rendile culture is the infliction of pain. The boys are expected to endure it without complaining in a display of masculinity.
The whole point of this initiation is to harden the boys, to make them warriors. Once circumcised, the boy gets respect from the whole community. It's like a training ground for the military.
Before the main initiation event, the boys have to fetch wood, which will be placed at their doorstep to symbolize their readiness to take part in the ritual. Although this is a community with a highly patriarchal culture, I am privileged to be allowed to accompany the boys, albeit from a distance. I noticed Joseph Burcher, a 15-year-old initiate. Unlike his peers, he appears eager to take part in what awaits him. We have a chat as he heads into the wild. I ask him if he is scared of the process, to which he says he does not have any worries at all, as he understands that all boys must be circumcised according to their culture, which has been passed on to them throughout generations. There has been a drive across Kenya to encourage people to opt for clinical circumcision, but members of this community have been slow to take that up. They insist that circumcision under anesthesia cannot equal the traditional one. After each boy has collected enough wood, they return to their manyatas. At slightly past 2 o'clock, a call to assemble. One by one, each set of boys walks to a special sanctuary to receive blessings from their elders. Here, emotions run high.
Now, another stage in the initiation process is where these boys undertake a long trek to go and draw what they call sacred water. Now, it's quite symbolic because as they're doing this, they're doing it as a group, and at the same time, they're encouraging each other, especially for the very young ones who might be terrified of what awaits them.
Each boy has a special gourd containing milk which they will mix with the water from the well. It is to be used right before circumcision in a cleansing ceremony. Back at the village, a series of rituals begin. The boys must shave their hair in readiness of the new status that awaits them. They will also need to go out to fetch all the livestock. For the Rendile, who are a pastoralist community, livestock is an integral part of their lives. And an event as important as circumcision cannot take place with the livestock away. It's at this point that one by one, the boys undergo the cut in a process that takes a minute or two. For the next 10 days, a minimum of 80 boys will be circumcised from each boma per day.
Not everybody just pick his knife and circumcise boys. There are specific clan within the tribe who are being blessed to do that work. So that as far as they are blessed, they know the work because they inherit from their forefathers, the same clan.
Joseph is now a Moran. He will stay at this manyata under the care of his mother until he recovers fully, which should take a whole month.
I am really proud of myself. I have not just been circumcised, I have been given property too. Now I will defend all the Rendile across the world. I am responsible for this whole community.
While some of these rituals have been criticized for being outdated and at times even harmful, this community says it's not ready to abandon its traditions. For them, this ceremony contributes to their identity as a people and gives them a more respected social standing. Susan Mwongeli for CGTN in Marsabit County, Kenya.